So one thing we've been neglecting in our previous examples because they didn't share a common factor is the first step is always to look for a greatest common factor. So in this problem, we're again going to be looking at a perfect square trinomial, but first we need to look for a greatest common factor. So is there a greatest common factor in 8x squared y minus 24xy plus 18y? And you can write out the prime factorization of each. I'm just going to recognize that there is a common, we look at the coefficients first. So what is common with 8, 24, and 18? All of them are divisible by 2. So we know that we're going to have a 2 out front. As far as x is concerned, we have x squared, x, and no x, so that's not going to contain anything. There's no common x factor, in other words. And with y, we have y, y, and y. So each one of them has a common factor of y that we can factor out. So we'll put that out front. And then this is going to equal, if we factor out 2y from each one, we end up with 4x squared minus 24 divided by 2 is 12. We still have our x. The y has been factored out. And then that's plus 18y. So what is 18 divided by 2? That's 9. And we've already factored out the y. So it ends up equaling 2y times 4x squared minus 12x plus 9. Now we should verify, is it a perfect square trinomial? I know I've told you that it is in this instance. But it is. If we rewrite it as perfect squares, we're going to have 2y times 4x squared can be rewritten as the perfect square of 2x minus 2 times 2x, and then our last term here, it's 3 squared, so we know this is going to be times 3 plus 3 squared. I've just rewritten it in the form of a perfect square trinomial. Remember, a squared plus 2ab, in this case it's going to be minus because our middle term is being subtracted. So a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. Remember that that equals a minus b squared. So we have it in this form, so we can rewrite it now as 2y, we still have our factor out front, times a minus b squared, where our a is 2x and our b is 3. So this is going to be 2y times 2x minus 3 being squared. As always, we want to check, so let's go ahead and multiply through to verify that we get what we originally started with. So 2y times 2x minus 3 squared is 2y times 2x minus 3 times 2x minus 3, which equals, I'm going to go ahead and multiply the binomials first because that makes the most sense. 2y times 2x times 2x is 4x squared minus 6x, the outside. I'm using FOIL this time. 2x minus times negative 3 is minus 6x. Inside is minus 6x. That's minus 3 times 2x. And then plus negative 3 times negative 3, well, that's just 9. So that gives us 2y times 4x squared minus 12x plus 9. And then distributing the 2y, we end up with 8x squared y minus 24xy plus 18y. And that is what we originally started with, the 8x squared minus 24xy plus 18y. And that verifies that the factored form of the trinomial we were given is 2y times the difference of 2x and 3 squared. 2y times 2x minus 3 squared.